Alright guys, here's the Namo, still diddling in the middle. So tomorrow, what can we expect? Well, the market's gonna have a chance to start this fake breakout. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, I would give it Thursday. If after that we can't go up on CPI or PPI, I doubt retail numbers are gonna do it. So tomorrow, CPI, okay, I'm gonna be looking at that one. All right, then you got Powell, gonna be the same shtick as today. Thursday, PPI, if that comes in cool, that'll send it as well. And then we got retail sales Friday. If by that time the market has not ripped, this whole thing will fall apart hard and fast and most likely go lower than to fill this gap and come at that point. Let's just extend this, come and touch this trend line, right? This will come down fast, no doubt about that. Okay, so best case scenario to see if you know that would happen, or you know, on the sports calendar, if we could get this little ripper here. Oh, to start tomorrow here would be to get going, right? That would be ideal. How high? I think my monthly range says max would be 617 on SPY and 2200 on SPX. That means we would have to go through the collar, so I don't know about that. But anyways, if the data is in line, we might not move anywhere, right? It was, however, interesting that we caught this 125% on KRE today, and it did bounce off of a pretty major trend line. The Bollinger, very interesting setup here. The Bollinger has come down. It can obviously reverse, but even if we would get that, those 66s would juice even further. Now when you look on the weekly, you got a weekly hammer candle that wants to break out higher, and that has plenty of room. And this thing is a little bit weird. It'll move when it moves big and then just chop. So let's see. Saw JPM today. Why did JPM do this? Who knows? But it did, right? Not a lot of movement in the VIX today. Same thing here for the VIX. We still have a possibility to go lower. I mean, just putting it out there, it is possible by all means. I don't know if it will, but we'll see tomorrow. I'm plenty cash just in case. I'm actually watching this here. A lot of liquidity up there. You can see this liquidity sausage. You also see, you know, orders $5 higher if you watch on SPY, which would put this at all-time high. So very weird. However, I'm not all waving the flag here, because the fact of the matter is we couldn't close over these highs. We did dip over them. This level has now been, I mean, like, this level reminds me of April 2023. It's 412. This has just been more volatile, but I mean, you could argue weird ass cup sideways, and it's time to rip this. I would think there's so much shit. If we rip, there's so much shit going on that it's not a bad idea to start looking at some longer puts. You have the Middle East situation cooking, China tariffs, EU tariffs, who knows. Now, SMCI did not file a 10K. However, it is up. Even though they lowered guidance for last year, or for next year, they said that the year after that's gonna be great, I promise. So, who knows? If any of you took those 79s on UPST, congratulations. That was the one to play, and hopefully you get even more, and this goes through 90 on a good, cool CPI. As far as this guy, this will probably continue selling. They haven't even started with the Treasury or Pentagon. Will I buy like a year, 6 months out if we get gap fill on this? Yeah, it's got a couple of gaps too. Here's another one. Actually, now that I'm looking at it. Meta, I mean, hanging out at 720 like ain't nobody's business. 17 days in a row green. But as far as SPY, you know, we do have I'd say a decent chance of a pop this week on this inflation data. I mean, we've fucking coiled, man. And it would be great to get a fake breakout, come down, fill that gap, and then start, you know, by mid-March, selling May, go away type of dealio. And I mean, we're still pretty decently set up here. It's not like the worst setup. Same thing inside weekly with a weekly stow up there. So it can be done. Hopefully it happens. Besides that, a lot of rotation. Apple had that move, was in the morning. Microsoft, I mean, just looks like at any time this could have a nice reversal. Got out of Oracle today. I mean, we rode it all the way up here. I think he gap filled. Yeah. So, awaiting what happens with Larry, if he's gonna take it higher, very possible. And there's a lot of stocks set up here. If we are to go higher, they will move higher. Got some DP going in. I mean, look at this. They have loaded this thing. So cautiously optimistic and waiting. I got out of NVIDIA today. I didn't know, like, I mean, I still scalp it. I'm just waiting for this bull flag to fucking coil tighter and tighter. It'll probably run this week if the market runs, and I'll be in it. There could be a good play here up to this trend line. I would, if I'm the market maker, I leave this gap open and I reject, and I don't come for it until earnings. But that's just me. But it can also just keep going. I calculated, I was in the 114s from down here, that much upside. It's kind of starting to not lose steam, but it's pulled a pretty big move. So we'll see what we get tomorrow, and let's have some fun. Hopefully we get lucky with a major gap up. If not, no biggie. We're sitting 90% in cash anyways. But that's the reason I took KRE, in case those contracts really explode. And if the market wants to go, I'm in some 614s for this week, for Friday, because I thought they were a good deal. But anyways, I'll see you tomorrow.
Atlas, almost 2 miles in altitude, almost 6 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center already, traveling 500 miles an hour.